I bet you didn't know that a $50 billion canal in Nicaragua could change the balance of global power. Welcome back to Universal Insight. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. November 2024, Managua. President Daniel Ortega stands before the world, unveiling Nicaragua's boldest ambition, a new interoceanic canal. This isn't just a proposal. It's a direct invitation to China, a challenge to the old world order. The $50 billion project is offered as a crown jewel for China's Belt and Road Initiative, sending shockwaves from Washington to Panama. Ortega frames the canal as defiance against a century of U.S. dominance, promising prosperity and sovereignty. Chinese officials look on, signaling a monumental shift in global power. Unlike past failed attempts, this time Beijing's full support transforms the canal from fantasy to strategic imperative. Nicaragua's rapid political moves, severing ties with Taiwan, rewriting its constitution, show deep commitment. For China, the canal is a chance to plant its flag near the U.S., offering an alternative to the Panama Canal and reshaping global trade. The world watches. Is this a new era of opportunity, or a high-stakes gamble that could destabilize a region? The canal promises jobs and revenue, but threatens to divide Nicaragua, displace communities, and scar ecosystems. The audacity of the plan is matched only by its risks. The dragon is digging a new ditch, and the balance of power in the Western Hemisphere hangs in the balance. A new geopolitical line is being drawn, not with armies, but with earth movers. The stage is set for a global rivalry unlike any before. The Nicaragua Canal is one of the most ambitious engineering feats ever imagined, a 445-kilometer waterway linking the Atlantic and Pacific. The route, starting at a new port in Bluefields and ending at Puerto Corinto, bypasses Lake Cochibolca to avoid past environmental pitfalls. Designed for the world's largest ships, it will require massive locks and artificial lakes, with costs soaring up to $80 billion. Chinese state-owned enterprises are poised to bankroll and build it, signaling Beijing's deep involvement. The dream of a Nicaraguan canal dates back centuries, nearly chosen by the U.S. before Panama won out. Now, Ortega's government taps into national pride, determined to control its destiny with China's help. The last canal attempt collapsed from weak financing and protests. This time, official Chinese backing makes the difference. Yet, the question remains, can Nicaragua pull off a project of this scale, and at what cost? The stakes, economic, environmental, and political, couldn't be higher. For over a century, the Panama Canal has been the king of global shipping, but climate change has triggered a severe drought, slashing daily ship transits and costing Panama hundreds of millions in lost revenue. Shipping companies face delays and seek alternatives, exposing the canal's dependence on fresh water. Enter the Nicaragua Canal, deeper, wider, and able to handle ships too large for Panama, even after its expansion. For Panama, a Chinese-backed rival just north is an existential threat. Mexico's new interoceanic railway, the CIIT, adds to the competition, with Chinese investment flowing in. Suddenly, Panama's monopoly is under siege from multiple directions. The race to control global shipping lanes is on, and the landscape is shifting fast. The world's logistics map may never look the same. In Washington, the Nicaragua Canal sparks alarm. For generations, the U.S. has seen Central America as its strategic backyard, with the Panama Canal as its crown jewel. Now, a Chinese-financed canal in Nicaragua threatens that dominance, giving Beijing a powerful foothold in the Americas. U.S. officials fear not just economic competition, but a future Chinese naval presence and loss of regional influence. The canal could let China control a key trade choke point, gather intelligence, and reshape supply chains. For Panama, the project threatens billions in revenue and national stability. The U.S., having handed over the Panama Canal in 1999, now watches its influence erode. China's Belt and Road is no longer distant. It's building a superhighway through America's backyard. Washington scrambles for a response as the balance of power shifts. Behind the grand plans lies a darker reality. The canal's path cuts through biodiverse rainforests and the lands of indigenous and Afro-descendant communities. Environmentalists warn of catastrophic damage, destroyed habitats, endangered species, and scarred ecosystems. Tens of thousands face displacement, echoing protests that doomed the last canal attempt. The Ortega regime's crackdown on dissent raises fears of social unrest. With a $50 billion price tag, Nicaragua risks crippling debt to China if the canal fails to deliver. Critics warn the project is too big and risky for such a small, poor nation. Engineering challenges, seismic risks, and global shipping shifts add to the uncertainty. For Nicaragua, the promise of prosperity is shadowed by the threat of environmental and economic ruin. The Nicaragua Canal is more than an infrastructure project. It's a turning point in global geopolitics. If built, it would split global trade between a US-aligned Panama and a China-backed Nicaragua, forcing nations to pick sides. For China, it's a masterstroke, a vital trade route and a strategic outpost in America's sphere. The canal could draw Latin America deeper into China's orbit, accelerating the shift to a multipolar world. For the US, it's a wake-up call, a visible sign of declining influence and a new strategic challenge. As of October 2025, construction hasn't begun, but the political and strategic consequences are already rippling worldwide. Whether the canal succeeds or fails, it has already redrawn the map of global power. The next chapter in the struggle for influence will be written in the earth and water of Central America,